Welcome back to everyone to WWE 2K15 main event. And we've got a special WrestleMania themed episode as WrestleMania comes upon us this Saturday, September 12th, live on Twitch, and then uploaded the same day right here on YouTube. And tonight's matchups all have WrestleMania implications as Championship Showcase participant, European Champion Bad News Barrett takes on Money in the Bank participant, the eighth wonder of the world, Andre the Giant. And we are live from Washington, D.C., our nation's capital here in the U.S., for main event. And out first is European Champion Bad News Barrett. Barrett won the championship from William Regal and was lucky enough to defend it against Adrian Neville this past week on SmackDown. And now that gives him the right to go into the WrestleMania Championship Showcase, where the four mid-card champions, European, United States, Intercontinental, and Hardcore, will collide in the sake of pride to see who is the champion of champions. And of course, the eighth wonder of the world, Andre the Giant, defeated the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, the man who put him out of action for months upon months in order to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania. Can one of the largest athletes in WWE history ascend the ladder at WrestleMania and bring down the big gold briefcase with that instant championship cash-in? We'll have to find out in just a few days, but tonight, Andre's got the bad man from England to contend with. And there's the bell, and Bad News Barrett is not usually a man outsized by his opponents, but tonight, he's got big problems with Andre the Giant. But he doesn't seem too afraid going in there and throwing punches. Reverses that Irish whip on Andre. And a big clubbing blow takes the Giant down. And what a great strategy by Barrett to take out the knees of Andre the Giant, chop that big tree down, and out big left hands to the face. Well, you want to talk big hands, no one has bigger hands than Andre the Giant. And Wade Barrett's finding that out right now. Big chops, big right hand punches. But Barrett battles back with the kick to the gut. Swings over, and comes crashing down with the neck breaker on Andre. We have 3 Champion vs. Money in the Bank participant matches here on main event. And in our main event, we continue the exclusive Divas Tournament as Natalya takes on Cameron, a rivalry renewed from last year on SmackDown. Ooh, but SmackDown superstar Wade Barrett throws the big boot, avoided by Andre, but is able to snap off a DDT, shades of what Mark Henry did to Andre in the first place, when he DDT'd Andre 7 times in a tables match to take Andre straight out of the game. And Andre using his immense strength and then his immense weight, the hip toss to bring Barrett in, and then crushing his ribs with that vicious step. And then, oh my god, you want to talk strength. Bad News Barrett with the wins of change into the cover here. 1, 2, and Andre holds on. Oh, Barrett takes Andre right onto the table, and oh my god, what is this? Barrett's got Andre on the table. Hooks him up. Pump handle. Through the table. Oh my goodness. And the referee's letting these guys go a bit here. And the referee already up to a count of 6, I believe. 7. And oh no, Barrett doesn't see that Andre's come back in. Huge right forearm. But a big knee to the gut by Barrett answers back. And oh my goodness, Andre comes down with all his weight onto the chest of Bad News Barrett. And that's got to be at 1. Oh my goodness, Barrett, how resilient is he, kicking out at 1 after that bonsai style drop. by Andre the Giant, the 8th wonder of the world. 7'4", over 500 pounds, a giant coming down onto the chest of Bad News. But Bad News got some pretty devastating tricks up his sleeve. Huge knee to the face, and then a DDT. You know, that's the problem when someone takes you out of the game like Mark Henry did to Andre. People see multiple DDTs will put you out of action. And we can see Barrett trying to reenact that strategy here. Already up to 2 DDTs on Andre. A pretty nasty knee to the face. And now he's loading up that bullhammer. And there it is, right to the jaw of Andre the Giant. And will this be enough? This put away Adrian Neville over on SmackDown. And it puts away the Giant here on Main Event. What an amazing victory for BNB, Bad News Barrett. And we see there one of the 2 huge winds of change. That boss man slam maneuver took Andre right down. But then this was the true turning point. Andre got a little cocky there, as you seen, was taunting and making faces behind Bad News Barrett. But when Barrett got him on that table, and God knows how that table withstood all this weight for this long, but he got him in the pump handle and slammed him straight through the announce table. Unfortunately, it was not right on top of Michael Cole's head. And then from there, we see the second winds of change. And then there it was, the bullhammer elbow. Jacks the gigantic jaw of Andre the Giant for the cover, the count, and the victory for the European champion, Bad News Barrett. What a victory for the Englishman here this evening. It gives him a lot of momentum going into the Fatal 4-Way Champion Showcase at WrestleMania. And up next, the Hardcore Champion Batista takes on longtime rival, the Big Red Machine, Kane. And the Big Red Machine won a Fatal 4-Way match to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Of course, he's a former winner of that and successfully cashed in on Rey Mysterio years ago. And he's looking for another go-round. He's looking to go to WrestleMania to claim that briefcase so he can challenge the WWE Champion at any time. Now, of course, his big brother, The Undertaker, is the reigning champion, going in to face Chris Jericho, and who knows, if Kane wins the briefcase, maybe he'll cash it in on his brother at WrestleMania. And the Animal Batista won the Hardcore Championship inside the Elimination Chamber, defeating the champion CM Punk at the very end with a devastating Batista Bomb. From there, he was successfully defended the title against Punk and the Nature Boy Ric Flair on the following Raw, and he's been now, kind of waiting for his next shot ever since. And tonight, he's got his chance to get back in action versus Money in the Bank participant, the Big Red Machine, Kane. Can the Animal Batista bomb his way to another victory, or will he fall victim to hellfire and brimstone? And there's the Gauntlet. What a victory that was for Bad News Barrett over the legendary Hall of Famer Andre the Giant. And now we got 2 future Hall of Famers going at it right here. Multi-time world champions, both men. And of course, they've crossed paths in the past. Crossed paths in the past. But this is a fresh fight for Kane and Batista. Let's see what goes down. Batista right now trying to use his technical ability to get around Kane. But Kane's here to show Batista he's not the only one who picked up a hold or 2 over the years. Both these men known much more for their power and high-impact maneuvers and their technical abilities. Both men possess the skills when needed. I mean, just look at the beginning of this match. Hammerlocks and wrist locks. Tremendous technical warfare to kick this match off, and Kane's had about enough of that. Both men lock right back up, and I'm sure Batista's... Oh, no. Kane with the waist lock, and there's that brutality we're used to from both men. That big shot to the back of the head. And then look at that, a huge pendulum backbreaker. Breaks Batista in 2 over the knee of Kane. And then the big boot, classic offense from the Big Red Monster. And Batista's got to go back to the drawing board here. He's off to a terrible start. against the Big Red Monster. Hard shot out of the corner, followed by the knee, puts Batista back in a little bit of control here. Eats a big right hand from Kane. These two battling back and forth with strikes. Whoa, and Batista uses his noggin there to jawbreak the Big Red Machine. And Kane, not to be outdone, hits the running DDT, shades of his brother, the man from the dark side, The Undertaker. But Batista, wow, what an even contest between these two men. Just move for move, back and forth, Batista with his belly-to-belly, and then Kane comes back with another backbreaker, trying to set up Batista for that huge choke slam. And then Batista with the overhead belly-to-belly, really rolling here tonight. And look at this, Batista takes Kane by the throat, that's a rare occasion, into the Gorilla Press, and into a power slam. What power and agility by Batista to control that body weight like that. Oh, and Batista tried to follow up with his signature spine buster, but the Big Red Machine saw it come and turned into a huge DDT, and now he's flipped the entire script on Batista, and he's got him lined up. He grabs him by the throat. Batista, how do you like it? Elevated and brought down with the choke slam. And look at Kane, great ring position, and pulls Batista away from the ropes into the cover here. Oh, and the Hardcore Champion kicks out. That's gotta suck for Kane. Hitting his favorite hold, that choke slam, and the Animal survives. And now the Animal thrives, hits the side Russian leg sweep, and he's back on the attack with huge right hands to the face. The masked monster Kane struggles back to his feet. Big right hand to Batista, and another one. Uppercut to the ribs. Hook blocked by Batista, big forearm answers back. Shot answered by Kane with a kick to the gut. Oh, and Kane was rearing back for a huge uppercut. And he spins out of it, bringing Batista down, and puts a stomp right to the leg and back. And Kane trying to stay on top of Batista here, knee to the face. What huge matches for both these legends at WrestleMania, Kane in the Money in the Bank, and of course Batista in the very first ever Champion Showcase. What an interesting matchup. There should be a lot of pride on the line for those four champions. And there is Batista, hits his signature spinebuster, puts the forearm in the face of Kane, and it's not enough for a victory. Kane kicks out. And what does Batista have in mind here? Brings Kane, dumps him in the ropes. Uh-oh. Kane catches the kick, but Batista's able to push him off. And Batista just whips Kane with everything he's got into the corner. Kick to the gut. Answered back by Kane. Oh, and look at this. Kane's got his face claw on. Kane's picked up a lot of victories with this over the last year. It's just a suffocating maneuver, and it's hard for any superstar to survive. And that's it. Batista cannot answer to the submission hold. He is passed out by Kane. And what a tremendous victory for the Big Red Machine. You see here he snatches that spinebuster into a DDT, and then caught Batista around the neck. Brought him all the way up and all the way down with the choke slam. And I thought that was going to be it. He had him in such a great position. Hooked the leg, pulled him away from the ropes, but Batista still had too much in him. He kicked out. And then Batista finally did hit that spinebuster, and he thought he had the victory. He had the arm in the face, everything, but he should have hooked the leg. Could have picked up the win there. But then he gets caught out of nowhere, punched in the face by Kane, and Kane attaches that gloved hand right over the mouth and nose, and he just suffocates Batista just enough to get the referee to call it. You see Batista's arm goes limp there, and the referee calls for the bell instantly to protect Batista from any further damage. And what a victory for the Big Red Machine. He is on fire, pun intended, heading into WrestleMania. And I fear what he's going to do to those other 5 men when all 6 men are in the ring with ladders and a briefcase hanging over the ring. Kane determined to climb to the top and become the new Mr. Money in the Bank. And what an awesome matchup we have here. Extreme Rules. As United States Champion Seth Rollins steps in the ring with Money in the Bank participant Rob Van Dam. Seth Rollins, of course, won the United States Championship from Batista a couple months ago. Batista had a 1-month reign before he lost the title back to Seth Rollins inside the steel cage. And now Rollins marches into WrestleMania and the Champion Showcase as the reigning United States Champion. And Mr. PPV RVD rolls into WrestleMania as a former multi-time Intercontinental, ECW, WWE Champion. Talk about someone who's truly done it all. It's Rob Van Dam. And tonight he steps in the ring with current United States Champion Seth Rollins as we get a little preview for both men of WrestleMania. Can RVD shut down the Authority's Golden Boy, the current United States Champion? Or will he fall under the boot of Rollins' curb stomp? We'll find out in moments. There's the bell, and what an intriguing matchup this is. Two men who've never faced off, going at it in an Extreme Rules matchup. Now, of course, Rollins will compete with Batista and Wade Barrett in that Champion Showcase Fatal 4-Way, and we'll find out who goes into WrestleMania as the Intercontinental Champion this Friday on SmackDown, as The Miz defends the championship as Kofi Kingston defends the championship against both The Miz and Roman Reigns in a triple threat match. That'll be the final stamp of who goes into the championship showcase, and we'll also find out who the sixth and final man in the Money in the Bank match is when we have a 30-man over-the-top rope Royal Rumble match on SmackDown to find out who fills that final spot. Who's the final man who'll be trying to climb up that ladder at WrestleMania? But right now we have an Extreme Rules match between Rollins and RVD going on. Back and forth action to kick this one off. Rollins shoots Van Dam into the buckle. Van Dam hits the buckle hard. And look at Rollins here. Low drop kick right to the face of RVD. Big knee to the gut. And follows up with that back kick. Jeff Hardy and RVD love that reverse mule kick version of the enziguri. And then RVD blasts Rollins with the standing moonsault there. Hard kicks to the gut, reversed by Rollins. And then a snap suplex by RVD. Oh, classic Van Dam offense with the spinning leg drop here, and Van Dam is in control thus far. Rollins, great back suplex there. Gets RVD in position, but RVD had enough of this double leg trip to Rollins. It's a smart move by RVD to work on the legs of Rollins. He knows that Rollins can match him in speed and agility. Maybe not as inventive as Van Dam, but certainly a match physically for RVD. Rollins kicks him off, grabs a hold, and Rollins down. Oh, holds on to the fisherman, but releases on impact. And Rollins is going to be the first man here to go looking for some weapons of destruction. Or is he just taking a breather here? Oh, he wants those steel steps. Now, this could be bad news for RVD, but depending on how Rollins handles this, it could be bad news for Rollins. And he puts down the steps before he gets caught by Van Dam. Jawbreaker on the outside. Oh, and Van Dam avoids the dropkick. And look at Van Dam cut that leg right out from under Seth Rollins. Great strategy there. Oh, and there's a nasty DDT on the outside, and that's what goes on in Extreme Rules. You can fight anywhere, and you can do just about anything in this type of match. Oh, and there's just a vicious kick to the head there. And look at the speed of Rollins on that side Russian leg sweep. Absolutely caught Van Dam out of nowhere with that. And Rollins, one of his favorite maneuvers here, this corner powerbomb. Can RVD reverse it? No, he gets powerbombed right into the bubbles. And is that enough to put RVD away here? Cover one. Ooh, only a 1 count. And there's Rollins with that Acai DDT into the cover. And that's enough to put RVD away. Wow. Must have really dropped Van Dam on the back of his head hard. Let's take a look at how it went down here. Powerbomb in the corner rocks Van Dam. And you can tell here Van Dam had a lot of fight left in him, kicked out right at 1. But then Rollins pushed for it, hit that Acai DDT right into the pin. And I think Van Dam was just too stunned to kick out as Seth Rollins picks up the victory here. And look at this. A rare show of sportsmanship from Rollins, who's usually very selfish in these type of situations. But he had to give credit to Van Dam. I think he knows he got a quick one on RVD. And now we turn our eyes to the Divas Tournament, exclusive here on Main Event, as Natalya goes one-on-one with Cameron. Last year on SmackDown, Cameron and Natalya had a hell of a feud, culminating in a steel cage matchup, which Natalya walked away as the victor from. Tonight, the rivalry is renewed as these lovely ladies clash in the Divas Tournament. Can the Queen of Hearts sharpshooter way to victory? And former Funkadactyl Cameron looking to move her way up the ranks by winning this tournament and being the new #1 contender after WrestleMania. And of course, at WrestleMania, Divas champion AJ Lee goes one-on-one with Nikki Bella for the Divas Championship. What a tremendous contest that should be. Of course, AJ took the title from Nikki back at the Hell in the Cell pay-per-view in October, and they've come full circle. Nikki Bella worked her way up the ranks over the past year, and now she'll compete with AJ at WrestleMania. Tonight, Cameron looks to be the next in line once those two settle their business by getting a win over the Queen of Hearts. And there's the bell as these two lock up middle of the ring. Ooh, and Natalya's technical abilities almost get her in trouble there, and they do. Cameron definitely more of a brawler, loves to throw all sorts of kicks. Not that she's necessarily trained in any sort of martial art, but she is pretty good at throwing, more standard kicks. Where Natalya's more of a technical superstar, great at submissions, and as well as throws, really all-rounded. Even though submissions and technical ability would probably be her top 2 abilities. They lock back up here, waist lock by Natalya. Takes her down, goes into the side headlock. Cameron trying to scramble for an exit here, and Natalya gives her one with a big right hand to the face. Cameron grabs a hold of Natalya, locks her in place. Look at that nice vertical suplex. You can tell how far Cameron's come over the past year. And tell you what to go behind in the German suplex. My goodness, and that's the difference between learning a suplex and being great at a suplex. Great short arm into the back elbow, rocked Cameron. And Natalya's put in her position and drops that leg right across the throat and chin. And look at that ugly kick right to the head. Natalya is not messing around tonight. She is determined to earn another Divas Championship matchup, and Cameron is just the first step of getting there. Nasty knee right into the nose. Natalya throwing caution to the wind here, giving everything she's got to put away Cameron quickly. Sickening sound as that elbow dropped into the neck of Cameron. Natalya just ruthless here this evening. Big back body drop sends Cameron flying. And there's another knee to the head. My goodness. The Queen of Hearts is in a certain mood here tonight, and that mood is destruction. Oh my god, tornado clothesline almost takes Cameron's head off. And I'm really hoping this is it, because Cameron's going to take some serious neck damage if it's not. Oh my god, Cameron, why would you kick out? Why would you learn to fight another day? Back elbow by Cameron, trying to turn this thing around. And oh man. Driven face first into the mat by Natalya. And there's a kick to the leg as Natalya setting up for the sharpshooter here. No, she goes back to the head and neck area with another leg drop. And could this be a dead center of the ring here? No, Cameron kicks out again. Ooh, spinning elbow. Natalya doesn't get all of it, and that might have been best for Cameron that she didn't. Wrist control into the Northern Lights. And Cameron, look at that great ring awareness. Gets her foot under the rope after the 1 count. But she can't get any space here from Natalya. Natalya hooks her up under the arm and under the leg. Spins her over into the pin. Shades of Shelton Benjamin here. Oh, and still only 2. I thought that was 3. Where is Cameron finding this inner strength to kick out? Running clothesline takes Natalya down. She runs again. Running monkey flip takes Natalya over. And Cameron now getting a little bit of momentum back here. And she goes for the camel clutch, but Natalya's foot way, way under the rope. Snaps off the Hurricanrana on Natalya. And look at that, gives her that knee right back. Cameron has had enough of being Natalya's ragdoll here. Oh no, I barely got the words out of my mouth before a Sheamus-style backbreaker from Natalya breaks Cameron in 2. And Cameron still has the heart to kick out here. But how much more can she take? Oh no, oh my goodness, that tornado clothesline. You could tell how painful that was for Cameron. And that was it. Total and complete domination by Natalya. Let's take a look at that first tornado clothesline. I could have swore that was going to be it right there. Cameron had taken so much damage. That German suplex on her neck. That huge backbreaker. But Natalya was ruthless. Wouldn't let her get an inch here. Dropped that leg. Could have been it. But Cameron fought her way out. And then this huge T-bone style suplex brings Cameron over. Still found a way to survive. Until a tornado known as Natalya came barreling through and cut her down for the cover, the count, and the victory here on Main Event. What a tremendous victory for Natalya. She moves on in the next round of the Divas Tournament. And let's take a quick look at the brackets here. We will have Emma versus Naomi in round 2, and Paige versus Natalya. What an amazing contest that should be. And don't forget, this Friday on SmackDown, we will have the Intercontinental Championship on the line as Kofi Kingston defends against The Miz and Roman Reigns. And then this Saturday, live on Twitch and on record on YouTube, we will have WWE 2K15 WrestleMania. The Undertaker defends the championship against Chris Jericho. Number 1 contenders match, John Cena versus Edge. Tag Team Championship, Big Show and Triple H versus Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. The brutal feud between Daniel Bryan and Shawn Michaels comes to a head as they go one-on-one. The Divas Championship will be on the line as AJ Lee faces Nikki Bella. The Championship Showcase as Batista faces Seth Rollins, faces Wade Barrett, faces the winner of the Intercontinental title match. And then the 6-man ladder match for the Money in the Bank briefcase. Andre the Giant versus Rob Van Dam versus Kane versus Xavier Woods versus William Regal versus the winner of a 30-man Royal Rumble on SmackDown. Thanks for watching, everybody.